check, check. Okay, cool. Let's just start now. Might as well. Let's put some music on. Good morning, guys. All right. Nasdaq opened up rather strong overnight session. Really strong trend. This would have been the just on the New York Open for the Bank Open, not for the Stock Open, is when it started going up. What are we looking at today? We can also see Bitcoin soaring, gold doing well as usual. Let's look at the higher time frames and just get a picture. Right now, the Nasdaq is retesting kind of a level that's already tested once, which was this one, right? So this is not going to be a very strong level on the weekly. We should go a little bit higher. Okay. But strong open. What we want to see, though, is that 4-hour was just barely over this level, and I'm not confident to be taking longs today. Technically, I would want to be long off of that close, but it's just not strong enough. It did retest that level. It is doing exactly what you think it would be doing. The 2-hour and the 1-hour closed really weak. Then we've seen some gains. Continuation probably to the upside now after that. But we're not super confident. Good morning, guys. So I know TikTok's joining in here. Because TikTok ban is coming in a couple of days. We basically have the weekend. So this will be the last stream for a lot of people on TikTok. I'm wondering, I've seen last night YouTube is doing discovery for vertical live streams now. So I'm wondering if it actually makes more sense for YouTube to be a vertical or a horizontal landscape. I'm wondering which one's better. Why is it getting banned? It's been getting banned for like years, and Monday is the day. Is it Monday? Sunday. Sunday is the day that TikTok will be banned. What's your opinion on AVAX? It's just another platform. It does nothing different. No cryptocurrency does anything. So I'm wondering if we should do streaming. Vertical is good. I'm wondering if YouTube streams should be vertical. It might be really weird for people watching on desktop, though. I think it might not make too much sense, but... Tell you which meme coin to buy? None of them. Pump.fund is getting banned. Well, not banned. It's getting sued as of today, I believe. Somebody lost some money on Peanut and then filed a lawsuit. And the case is pretty strong. So that's the news. Gold going strong. We called it at the beginning of the week. The bounce off that level, the weekly level, right? It's just been pumping. If you've been in a long on gold, you've been doing well. Unfortunately, I don't trade gold. Bitcoin, same sort of deal, right? Bitcoin looks like we're actually going to gain on the weekly, which is fantastic for the bulls. If we can get a close up here, that's going to be really nice. And we can safely hold Bitcoin again, right? If that closes, we have a couple hours left. So unless a major sell-off comes, Bitcoin longs are going to be really strong next week. Let's power through a couple of these. Euro USD. Euro USD breaking levels to the downside. Continuation probably to the downside on the higher time frames. Ranging in there. Yeah, not too much. I would be pretty much out of Euro USD. That is a stupid chart to be trading right now. You do not want to be trading that for sure. Pound USD. Higher time frames. Again, we were looking at this level on the pound to see where that's closing. This looks all right for a buy up and a retest of this level here. Right. Next week's going to be coming up into that probably. CAD, as always, terrible. Every rip gets destroyed with CAD, right? So that might be a for sure thing if you guys want to just short something silly. You don't want to be in the Canadian dollar, that's for sure. Scroll through anything else. Totals 3. Let's get rid of this so I don't confuse you guys, because that is a potential of what could happen. If Bitcoin closes bullishly on the week and this closes above that current level, we're looking very good for the bull market. So we're looking at a close just above the current price on totals. Let's look at others. Others sweeping those lows, failing to lose the level. Looking okay. Nothing significant though. Look at Bitcoin going above 104. Yeah, so Bitcoin is already above 104. Yeah. Yeah, the level of significance was 100K basically right here, right? I use both phone and desktop, and I don't understand why there wouldn't be a button to switch. Hey, that's a... So I'll show you how it works here. This is what I see, and then there's another TikTok chat box. So this is just YouTube. Fewer people on YouTube, more people on TikTok right now. But you can adjust the view for horizontal versus vertical, right? So people on the vertical, it's really good for discovery. So they just scroll through. It's really good for finding people. But the actual image is crap compared to the horizontal one. Like the horizontal one, you can see the whole chart, right? This, you don't really see anything, right? Okay. Let's see if there's any trades we want to take. NASDAQ. Actually, it's a very slow New York day, I think. Is it just me, or is the New York session rather slow today? Jump the sessions back on there. Like, all that happened was a slow climb up so far today. What's up, Keep It Simple? What's your name on YouTube? Hunter FX. FX. Yeah. Let me tell you about her. She's hotter than the Florida summer sand. Let me tell you about her. She's crazy, but you'll find her sweet instead. Let me tell you about her. The time that she got kicked out. It's been a slow week. It has been a weirdly slow week. Let's pull up the Forex Factory. And we can see today, not much news. It's been a really weirdly slow week. And I'm not sure if it's because of CPI. Let's look at... And it's Friday, guys. So we're having we're having a little bit more relaxing time here maybe today. Maybe Friday's just a little bit slower right now. I'm not normally streaming at the noon hour. So maybe Friday, just maybe I'm not paying attention too much. What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at the 10-year US 10-year, right, over US 2-year, right. So you can see this just started to shift, right? And what is this, you might be asking? It's the 10-year over 2-year bond yield curve, right? And it's not really shifting yet. It could just be slightly changed, right? So the significance of this chart is the higher it goes, the better for the long-term investments, okay? So when it was way up here, that means that the 10-year was much more profitable than the 2-year. And that would make sense for a strong economy, okay? Which is nice that it's coming back up. When things start to come back up, it generally signifies a recession pending in the next year, okay? So right around here, a year after this, when it started to come back up, right, which is, you know, end of 2023, right? So it's right around now that we're supposed to, in theory, be seeing a recession. It's not a for certain though, right? The reality was back in 2019, we seen a curve come back, right? And then 2020, we seen that recession, okay? And you can see another one, right? When it started coming back up, which would be around here, is when you would note it, August of 2007. And in a year later is when you've seen the recession come, right? And it's the reality is what needs to happen is this chart needs to start going up. Right now, it's not going parabolic yet, right? We start seeing a recession when it goes parabolic, okay? The reason is that they want to start getting people, they want to incentivize people to be using long-term investments, okay? And when it goes parabolic, that's the opportunity for a market crash, okay? Once people start investing long-term, and then you can market crash without any damage, okay? Did that make sense? I'm not sure if that made much sense. So right now, just because it's a year time, doesn't really mean much. And this pullback is good, in essence, because we want it to kind of go slow. If you want a stable economy, you want it to go slow. But if it goes parabolic, we're probably going to see a recession. Okay. Let's look at the. Let's just throw the Nasdaq back on. You shorted Bitcoin? I would not be trading Bitcoin right now. Yeah, the overnight move was fantastic. I actually thought we were going to get a downside overnight move. As you can see, yesterday we really rejected this level, and I thought it was going to come down to this level here, the next level down. But they used that one, and that's the crazy thing about dumb money concepts is you don't know what level they're going to use. I guess that's true with every trading strategy. You don't know what levels they're going to use. And that's why you would scale in if you were looking for longs, right? You would scale in with dumb money concepts as you would buy here and here, right? And that would be your hunter zone, or that's where you place your snares because you're the hunter, you know what I mean? That's your hunting spot there. Sit and pray. Sit and watch the prey. Watch the retail prey. We're hunting them, okay? Did you saw today's fan content on Discord? Yeah, guys. So if you guys want to make fan content, I'm giving Maven accounts to people. Join the Discord. I always see all of the content. I just don't. I'm very, very busy, guys. So when you ping me, it's gonna be a minimum of 24 hours before I can see it. Okay, but I always look at everything. Like, I'll put it in perspective. When you ping me on Discord, you're probably pinging me when I'm asleep because I'm on the West Coast. So you gotta wait like 8 hours, first of all. And then I do work, right? And then at the end of the day, when the market's closed, which is like 4 hours from now, that's when I start looking at content. And that's when I make my videos. That's when I answer questions. That's all when I do all the calm stuff. And then I do my gym and whatnot, like my personal life, right? After it's like nighttime, right? So it's only once per day that I look at content. And I think there's a lot of anticipation with Trump getting in money. So the smart thing to do is wait and see what happens after he enters. Yeah. When is he getting inaugurated? I think it's next week. Is it the 20th? Oh, wrong one. I typed in assassination attempt. Let's see here. Trump inauguration. What's the date? Is it the 20th? I think it's the 20th because it's literally the day after. Yeah, there it is. It's the day after TikTok gets banned, and they did that on purpose because they know that Trump could just veto that, probably. Good chance. I would say it's 50-50 that TikTok just comes back immediately. You know what I mean? I like TikTok. I would love it to come back. But this is your last day, basically. So, again, where do we learn that? Learn what? I don't know what you're referring to. If you're referring to my strategy that I use, I'm releasing everything on YouTube. Hunter FX. I should change my name to Hunter Maven or something. Hunter FX was my old brand. What is this strategy? Yeah, dumb money. Dumb money concepts, guys. It's a much simpler version of smart money concepts that works better, right? And you have a higher win rate. You have, for multiple reasons. One, because you don't get stopped out, right? We know when when we're wrong, and we exit manually. So you never get stopped out. Never, okay? And two, it's much more accurate. You can have a 70% accuracy to get, I'll say a roughly 1 hour, okay? And that's the God honest truth. If you do it properly, you will have a 70% 1 hour setups, right? You will know the trend 90% of the time, okay? But that you're gonna lose more than you know what's going to happen. Does that make sense? Because that's the truth with every strategy, right? It is very, very slow. I'm not sure there's much we can do right now. Maybe after that 30-minute close just happened. Maybe let's look at a different pair. The NASDAQ just dead today. Should we trade Bitcoin? Let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at what we would do for Bitcoin right now. So right, getting that. What's going on with this? There we go. That move has already been satisfied. Like the longs have already fed. They've already been eaten well, right? 2-hour close, really bullishly. So I would take a long on Bitcoin. That would make sense. Yeah. You could long Bitcoin. I hate longing the tops, but like it tends to work okay. What I would do is if you want to take a long on Bitcoin, which we could take one. You want to take one? Let's do it. Go here. I'm on the Top Step account, right? Bitcoin. I'm not sure. I don't ever trade Bitcoin, so I have no idea how much this is going to move. So let's just go a little bit lighter just to see. Okay. Take a long on Bitcoin, and then obviously we're going to add to it. Oops. What did I just do? I closed everything. Closed everything. Okay. Right. What's your thoughts on M and NQ right now? Oh, thoughts on NQ? Untradeable right now. Money's still flowing into Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin looks fine. Assuming it doesn't just dump down. And we have no reason to believe it's going to dump down right now, right? Oops. Get rid of that. Wrong one. We have no reason to believe it's going to dump down yet. The only thing we're looking at right now is that weekly close. Right? And that weekly close looks really good. Okay? My concern would be, let's look at Coinbase, right? My concern would be this, right? Right? Which means we can range further. We could just range further between that. But the range would be this range now instead, right? Instead of down here. So that looks perfectly possible to fail to gain, which is it's a dumb money concept, by the way. Failing to make a new high means what? If it fails to make this new high, we'll then target the level to the downside, okay? Which means you would target this. So if that fails, we would short Bitcoin, basically. But you don't put a stop, right? Because we're using dumb money concepts. What you would do is if that failed, you would enter in your snares here. You'd put all your snares there and you start hunting in that zone, right? Your hunter zone. And then you would have a basically, if we seen a close in there, it would also be a red zone, okay? But you can have an emergency stop way up here if you wanted, but it would be higher than those. So you would add a second trade. So what you would do is you would sell here, and you would sell here probably. And then if you got closes in this area in the red zone, right? Then you would exit. And usually the great thing about dumb money concepts is you generally have your snares set the same spot as where your red zone is, right? Your gold zone would be down here. You'd be targeting this. This is your target, right? Yeah, look at that. Selling off, right? Basically, the only thing we can do here. I don't like how silly that Coinbase chart is, but we're looking at the futures here, right? So This is the idea that we're playing off of, is that 2 hour close. I think we can get another push up higher, right? Because that trend is really strong. So we probably want to add to it as it goes against us, right? So the zone, shoot, can I pull it up here? The zone is right here. I'm just gonna draw. That would be the second low, right? 4 hour. Yeah. So this is what I'd probably be doing. This is the area we would want to be longing, right? And then if we close, right, we don't want to be in this area basically, right? That's kind of if it gets down there, okay. That's perfectly fine to add.
Order filled.
We'll see what happens. It's super unlikely that that just dumps really hard, but I never traded Bitcoin really. I'm just kind of seeing what happens because it's Friday and we're on the Nasdaq's not doing much, so should be the same. That's a buy. You guys' questions are so long. How you doing, bro? I just bought my course. I don't have a course. Yeah, you just bought. I don't have a course. So I'm not sure who you paid because I don't sell courses. So what's the price? We probably want to buy more for 500. 104 500. We'll buy more here. And then we'll put like a... Yeah, that's a good spot there actually. I'm going to put that a little higher so it matches up with the 1 hour level. There you go. And... yeah, that'd be nice if we hit that. I'll add another just in case here. Buy 2 there. So we'll double up our order there. Okay. And that'll be the trade if it works. $108 major resistance on Bitcoin. Yeah, I would agree with you roughly, yeah. Oh, you bought it 4 years ago when I had one. Hey, okay, cool. Yeah, I had one, 4 years ago. The way I trade now is quite a bit different than back then, but yeah, I will never sell you any education now. It'll always be 100% free. But I'm glad you were able to find a use out of it. I remember, yeah, back in the day, that was quite a while ago. But it doesn't even, that course doesn't even exist anymore. I don't even have a website, so. Oh, we are working with prop firm and their drawdown. How can't we use a stop loss? We'll break the rule without a stop loss. Well, if your firm requires stop losses, then just do this, right? Like, when I say don't use a stop loss, don't be an idiot. They're used for emergencies, right? But you can exit manually if it's going against you. You just don't have the emotional control that you need in order to become a trader. And if you're not able to manually exit, you're a bad trader. It's simple as that. If you can't be in a trade and know when you should leave, right? You're a bad trader. And you will not make money, for sure. Right? The most difficult thing that I struggled with to become very profitable, very consistent, is knowing when I'm wrong. And putting stop losses does not practice knowing, like, this is very easy to get stopped out. This does not make me a good trader. This makes me randomly get stopped out every once in a while, right? This is not me trading. This is bullshit, is what it is. So you can put it down here if you wanted, because this is the maximum I would be willing to lose, maybe, right? So, you know what I mean? Like that'll be like 2,500, right? Say that, but it's not. Like, I'm going to exit way before that. The only thing is, what I would do is I'm going to put, maybe they come down here, right? Maybe in an emergency, like they could wick it really quickly. And then below that, I'm going to put the stop, right? You know what I mean? Like, they could do that. So I'll just leave the stop here, and I'll probably lose 2,500 or something if it does hit that. Trade 10% charge, 90% mental. Well, no, not necessarily. If it's 100% for both. If you can't do either, you can't trade. It's not a percentage. It's you can do the skill or not, right? You got a few buys on XRP. I wouldn't be buying XRP. Yeah, the set, nice, okay. 77% on a set and forget. Yeah, but you probably aren't doing, you probably aren't doing like something like this, where it's like you buy this is what everyone does, by the way. Everyone does this shit. Is they buy the retest of a level and then they put a stop behind it, right? That's retarded. What you would do is you have a loose stop, right? And then you manually close it, and that's going to increase your accuracy. And this is the concept of dumb money concepts, is what you can do is you can add to your trade where your stop loss is, okay? So here's the example. Here's the actual example, right? Let's say I'm entering a trade right here. That's the trade. And I don't want it to go below this, right? That's basically my red zone, okay? I can add to it here, and maybe I'll just do that for shits, right? I can add to it there, and then still exit the trade if it closes here and still break even on that ad. So that ad is super ultra low risk. Does that make sense? Like super, super low risk. Because if it closes down here, it's already at break even. And then I just exit. So what I lost was commissions, right? That's a really bad 15 close, by the way. That's a really bad 15 close. I'm not sure I like this trade anymore. We bought the top. Does that make sense? I'll say it again. I'll put it in a. I'll see if I can find an example. It might be difficult to find. Right. Boom. Here's an example. Okay. I take a trade off of this level, for example. It doesn't matter what my strategy is. Here's your mental stop, okay? And you were going to target up here, and obviously you didn't hit it, right? What you can do is you can say, hey, I'm gonna buy here, and I'm gonna add to it on my stop loss, my mental stop loss. Well, what just happened was it closed beyond it. So the actual amount, so once it closes, you just exit. Don't wait for the retest, of course, because that's too high risk now. You just exit, but this extra trade, you only lost this little sliver. But potentially, what could happen is it could just wick and go straight up, okay? And then you made shitloads of money, right? So, see if we can find an example. Right, like here's more or less example. Imagine this wick was longer, right? You buy here. Imagine that wick is a bit longer here, right? A bit longer. And then you add to it where your stop would have been, for example. And you're still in the trade. Right? And now you're doing well. Because it just rocketed. Dumb money concepts. We're changing the trading world here with dumb money concepts. It's so dumb, it has to work. He's right. Yeah, exactly. I add to my stop. Yeah. Is it not genius? Add to your trade where your stop is, and it's a zero risk trade. Do I use correlation? No. Oh my god, everyone's text. Maybe I just can't read today. There's so much walls of text. I wouldn't say I'm inexperienced either. I've been doing 6 years full time for 2. Oh, you're full time. Nice. Congrats. Since 2019. Nice. Good stuff. This is my most recent trade. I don't think you can send links, man. If you're trying to send a link. So this does not look great for the 15. I do not like trading Bitcoin. This is not fun for me. Nasdaq's way cooler, but the Nasdaq's being lame. But gold coming down too. It's funny how Bitcoin is correlated like directly with like gold and Nasdaq now. It's a weird blend between the two. It's a tech version of gold. So Nasdaq's tech, gold is gold, obviously. Yeah, isn't that funny? Like it's blending with gold. Gold is dumping, but it's also getting the pump from the Nasdaq. So cool. Okay, what are we thinking still, right? This is the idea, no? This is the idea. 2 hour. And you can often get tripped out by the 15 minute, right? So what's going to happen here, by the way, is it's going to come lower. Because of that candle. It's going to come lower and it's going to hit our second entries here. Top 3 coin to purchase. Bitcoin. Probably Bitcoin, Solana, and CRO. That's what I would buy if I had to buy 3 things. NQ going to get the highs? Let's look. Potentially, yeah. So it failed to make a new high here. So I'd be targeting this low here on a NASDAQ. So maybe I'll take a short on the NASDAQ. Let's try it. Might as well. Watch both go wrong. Let's just sell that.
Order filled.
Just for fun. We're gonna come here. Right? I think so. And then we'll add to it. So the trade concept, it looks like it's gonna range basically for the rest of the day. It doesn't look that good. Add up here. So here's the trade idea, is we sell anywhere in here, and our red zone is behind this, basically. It just looks like it's going to range, probably. We don't want it to close past this. Plus, this way we might be hedged a bit. Time frame shows on the... Time frame shows... You can see it on the picture. Invite people to the live. How can I do that somehow? On I can't do that. If you want to join my lives, I'm going to do. It doesn't seem like the noon hour is very popular. I did a vote on my Twitter, and by the way, if you guys want to follow my Twitter, I'm also live on Twitter. You can see here. Okay, I'm live on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. But there is, it seems like everyone wants me to trade on the stock open, right? I did a poll, and everyone wants live trading and not recaps of the end of the day, right? The lunch hour is not super popular. I did a poll on Discord too, and it seems like, again, everyone wants me to trade on the open, right? So I think next week we're going to be trading on the open. Okay, we're going to do the open every day for an hour. Okay. You're live every day on here. Yeah. So with TikTok, if you guys are American, you're banned next week. So make sure you follow my YouTube, Hunter FX, or Twitter, or just join the Discord, and then you can see, you'll get the notifications. Join the discord.gg, discord.gg Maven. Yeah, this one. This is where I announce every time. You can invite people on TikTok. I can't. Not the program I use. There's no ability to do that. I don't think so. Yeah, there's nothing. Trump inauguration is next week. Yep. My thoughts on that are, in terms of trading, I think next week we're gonna have, maybe that's why the week is so slow. Next week we're gonna have a lot of volatility. I think it's 50-50 whether or not the price for Bitcoin has already been priced in. So it would be nice to see where this weekly closes, because that's really going to help you. If we fail to gain, which we're currently trying to fail, right? It's 50-50 to me right now. You got 2 more days here. You want to see where this candle closes. And that's going to tell you where price is going to go, honestly. But it's going to be crazy volatile next week. In terms of the stock market, stock market's probably going to do well. Bitcoin could do either. Gold will probably stay more stable and slowly climb, yeah. Because it's climbing now because of uncertainty, right? Where am I from? I live in Vancouver area, Canada. Do I trade? I only trade on prop firms. I am, as the title of my channel is called, the Lord of Prop Firms. Right, guys? That's the stream. I'm gonna let this go. As you can see, it's kind of failing to gain. It should come down. The gold zone is no, that's not Bitcoin. MBT. The gold zone. No, wait. What am I looking at? We want NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ. The gold zone's down here. It's just a range. That's all that scalp is, okay? It's going to hit this level probably. Pass through. Right. We'll see how that Bitcoin trade goes. I think we're getting order fills now. What I would be doing is I need to see this rally quick, actually. The hourly candles don't really mean shit. So we'll see how that goes. Recession 6 months from now. I would think the good possibility of a recession some point this year. Yeah. Nice tattoos. Thanks, man. Look. Sweet. All right, guys. Next week. Okay, first of all, join the Discord. Discord.gg/Maven. Right? Next week, I'm going to be streaming on the market open. Okay? The stock market open. Every day. Put it in your schedule. TikTok might be banned. You might not be able to do it on TikTok. You might have to join on YouTube. Okay? I streamed for 3 months straight on one account. Got multiple payouts on Top Step, not my own firm. And showed you guys how to do that. You can find it on my Twitter. It shows proof of what I did, right? So join in, guys, right there. It's on my Twitter. All of my trades were tracked on live stream. Anyways, guys, I'll see you next week. Make sure that you're in the streams. Ciao.